Hi, I'm Rob.
I'm John.
And we're the Bastos Boys.
We're Power Rangers!
It's more from Dog. No, what happened? We recorded a fucking video and then
It didn't save.
it didn't fucking save.
So, take two.
Take two. Reaction review for War of the Planet of the Apes.
You don't need to watch the first two movies necessarily because they explain it in the first 20 seconds of the movie.
Starring Caesar. He's such a really good, a good character, Caesar.
Yeah. Andy Serkis.
And Woody Harrelson as the main antagonist. So
And
yeah.
other people that we don't know.
Yeah. Non-spoilers. It's cool. It's alright. Personally rated a 6 out of 10.
I gave it 6.5.
It was entertaining.
Cool.
For the most part.
For the first half.
Yes. Action, it's obviously an action type drama.
Yeah. A lot of drama in this one.
Caesar, if you've seen the first two, is
Still the man.
I think he's an ape. He's still this isn't a culmination of how he's developed and grown through two movies.
I'm laughing because when I think of this, I'm like, you're A-okay. Yeah, but good culmination.
If you enjoyed the first two movies and you're a fan of Caesar, I recommend you seeing
The
it.
plot was a little slow in the second half of the movie. We'll do that in the spoilers. There was a good flow.
The dialogue, the dialect, and the script.
And the dynamics.
It got characters. The communication between the apes is enjoyable. But once the humans, got more involved with the story, it was and this is where the spoilers are starting.
Spoilers!
Spoiler alert!
Word.
Spoiler alert! Caesar dies.
That's a good spoiler to start with.
He really does die at the end. And
Caesar is the main protagonist. There's no other human main protagonist with it.
Yeah.
Which is different from the first two movies. I do recommend watching the first two movies just so you can
because they were kind of better than the third one.
And you can see the growth of Caesar and how he develops as a leader. He's a really good leader.
Apes together strong. And you'll see what I mean when you watch the movie.
Yeah.
The first half of the movie was spot on. It was mostly more geared towards the apes. I don't want to go into a huge...
Well, we could. Spoilers.
Explaining the details of the movie, the entire storyline.
Like we did in the first video.
The first video, it took 40 fucking minutes. Because we were doing every little detail. But yeah, Maurice is back, Rocket's back. And,
his son and his wife died. Caesar's son and his wife died.
He died in the movie.
Which
they're introduced new characters like the chick and the bad ape, intelligent ape from the zoo.
He was a good character.
Lake, who was Caesar's first son's love interest in the movie
for 2 seconds.
2 seconds, and the Colonel Harrelson, Woody Harrelson's character, ends up killing them, and all of Koba's followers end up working with humans,
which I would think is a little contraindicated because Koba's whole thing was I hate humans. Then his followers yeah, and then Koba dies. And then they're like, oh, I hate Caesar, so I'm gonna join the humans, cause and it was okay, sure, fine.
Eventually, at the end, the main traitor of the apes ends up saving Caesar, and
that was cool. I won't lie, that was a cool moment.
But for the most part, the movie it just took a turn midway.
When Caesar got captured.
Yeah, Caesar gets captured, and they introduce Woody Harrelson's character.
Yeah, they go into more depth with his character, and it was just his motive behind his intentions wasn't compelling.
Cliche.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's
is there any more? Is there a twist?
It's basically like any other bad guy. They didn't really bring about the Woody Harrelson's character, and it was just
we weren't feeling it that much. It was just that second half. The second half of the movie when they went into depth with that, where it was just all right, fine.
If I were to give you a reason to actually go see it for Caesar. Go see it for his character because even when the movie was it's starting to be you're still cheering for Caesar.
Yeah. Towards the beginning, you see how he is as a leader, which was really dope. You see how the apes really follow him initially, but then when the apes get captured without him, and then Caesar gets captured, he turns back to him, which was a little I don't know about you, I was oh shit.
It was an oh shit moment.
It wasn't oh okay.
All the moments that hit you in the feels came from the apes,
Exactly.
When one of his loyal buddies dies.
Yeah, that was
a human female that they pick up that can't speak. She had a connection with that ape. The camera pans on, zooms in on her, but it also shows Caesar looking at her like mourning, feeling sad, and I'm sitting there like, okay. And get some popcorn so people don't think I'm tearing because my eyes are watery. Girl next to me was crying. So then, you know, obviously it's a happy ending, except Caesar dies. You know, he finds he brings the apes to a new place to live, and
I thought that was cool that Caesar was able, after he got shot in with the arrow and then going to the new home. I thought it was cool that he was able to make it there to make sure that the apes got there, that they're safe.
Meaning on their journey, this guy was dying, like he was barely holding on.
Yeah.
And the joy of him seeing his community, his race, his family, what's left of his family, like make it was enough for him to like, all right, my time is done.
That was a nice way.
You kind of you could see it coming, but even then, like the girl next to me, she was I'm embracing the moment. You know, Caesar's about to die, but then this girl is like curling up in a ball and putting her face under her shirt, and she's like covering, brings her knees up, and I agree with her because I was like, no, Caesar's gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want Caesar to die.
Yeah.
I should point out that in the old movies, the one before Mark Wahlberg's Planet of the Apes, Caesar's portrayed as actually an antagonist, like a bad guy. You know, and then there's characters like Cornelius, who ends up being Caesar's youngest son in the new movie, in the new series. Cornelius I don't remember if he's a bad guy or good, because I've seen a couple of old ones, but when I was younger, it was one of those things where they had those marathons on TBS or USA, and I was just, you know, summertime in school, all I'm doing watching movies, and they had the Planet of the Apes marathons.
Another thing that I liked was when the apes were working in the fortress they were at, and then one of the apes messed something up, and they started whipping that ape, and Caesar stood up.
I think that ape was really young. I think that ape was really weak.
Yeah. And
he just couldn't work anymore.
Yeah. Because the apes weren't getting fed, getting water. They were getting treated like savages, essentially. Caesar's
son's love interest informed Caesar's like, yeah, they're not feeding us, they're not giving us water.
Like shit,
so we're kind of weak.
We're gonna die. And I thought when they were whipping that ape, and then Caesar stood up for him, and then the apes were like getting behind him. I thought that was dope. But then it got really sealed for me when Woody Harrelson was like, "Tell him to go to work, or I'm gonna kill you." And he was like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Counted down.
But you can tell Caesar wasn't gonna give in. Yeah. And it wasn't until Lake, she picked up the rock and she imitated. She imitated she was gonna start working. Then all the other apes.
She pretty much told all the apes like, "Let's get back to work."
Yeah, so we can save his life. Yeah. So it was like
backed him up.
Yeah, that was a cool moment. That was a really cool moment for me. It was just that's what a leader should.
I'm glad you're back. Now I don't have to stab you.
Name that movie.
It's football. Adam Sandler.
So that was a cool moment. Let me think. The bad ape character.
He's the comic relief in the movie.
I liked him a lot.
He's pretty much the funniest character in all 3 movies. That's pretty much one of the good parts of the movie. Yeah.
The ending was underwhelming. This was going towards the cons of it, like the thumbs down. It was alright. When the other humans came to attack the fortress, it was so we barely saw shit. It was just like the apes escaped, but it was just like, okay, where's the fighting? There was no fighting. Alright. Even when Caesar tried to kill the colonel, oh, I'm sick, so you don't even have to kill me because I'm just gonna kill myself. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was so like anticlimactic. I keep saying.
Yeah, there was no like.
And then even when all the RV came and they saw Caesar got saved by an avalanche. I'm like,
Mother Nature.
All right,
because it's like even you look at Spider-Man, right? He gets his ass kicked the whole movie.
It was still cool.
But it's still good. Like the way they put it together, he's pretty much learning from it. Whereas even if the apes won in this movie, it's like you don't really feel it because the way that they put the second half of the story together, it's here. You need to know this information. It's kind of important.
It didn't feel earned.
Yeah,
we didn't earn like their freedom. Because they didn't have to fight, they escaped. And like, while that's nice and all, it's the movie's called War for the Planet of the Apes.
The title's actually pretty deceiving because you would think War for the Planet of the Apes. It's like apes versus humans.
Like, alright, let's square up.
Right. But there was spears against guns, even though the apes had guns.
Yeah.
Again, 6 out of 10.
I'll stick with my 6.5 because it had some cool like touching moments.
Yeah, those moments that I appreciated. It just that's what I enjoy the movie for. And like I said, if you're a fan of Caesar, I'd recommend you see it. Go cheer for Caesar. It doesn't give an implication for 4th movie.
I don't think so.
So
I don't think it should. I think this is
a 3 series. It should be alright. I want you guys to go support Caesar. You know, this could be his last. It is the last movie, but you know.
I mean, if you've watched this video to this far, since we're in the spoiler section,
go see it.
Just go see it.
Go cheer for him. Or if you know how to play the system with your points card, and yeah, like I did.
But, yeah.
Anyways, what's next? Thor?
Oh yeah, we'll worry about that.
But this weekend I got episode 99 of Dragon Ball Super.
Okay.
You know?
Whatever. One. War of the Planet of the Apes.
We're doing a review.